It is Sunday morning, and you know what that means. It's time for Browns football. Can Shedeur Sanders do what seems like the impossible? 49ers in town. Fantasy football start, sit, get your hashtag Ask Andy questions in. And, of course, the parlay party. We will build our ultimate NFL betting ticket. Let's go.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara, the sickest Cleveland Browns podcast.
Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb, he's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Shabba Lubba Hub.
It's gonna be sick.
Welcome, everybody. Yes, it is a blustery day, I'm sure, wherever you are, in any cold weather climate. It's kind of nasty, right? Swirling winds or snow and everything in between. And before we get started, of course, on the Browns NFL talk, how about them Buckeyes, huh? The OHIO taking care of that team up north, Michigan, putting the boots to them. Ryan Day and that team, guys, has not lost since last year against Michigan, where they turned it around, flipped the script, and go win a national championship. I think they can do it again. Julian saying looking sensational. Rocky start to the game, right? Make me a little nervous. It was like, but man, Jeremiah Smith, real deal. Julian saying real deal. I got to bet in early. I have to remember what the odds are on Julian saying winning the Heisman. It could be that Sayin and Jeremiah Smith sort of cannibalize each other on the votes, but boy, you get a little peek in there. Fernando Mendoza as well. And the Big Ten championship set up, Indiana versus the Buckeyes next week. That is main event, must-see TV. And I want the Buckeyes to win, but I also want Fernando Mendoza to do well. Or maybe I don't, because then maybe he'll fall a little bit. I have to think on that one. But I love Mendoza, but we're going to see if Shedeur Sanders can give the Browns enough reason to not go and draft a quarterback with their first round pick or package and bundle to move up to get that guy. That's where the storyline lies for this Browns team. By the way, make sure you're clicking subscribe, notifications on, click the bell, share too. Love you guys in the chat. Doghouse already in here. Love the chat. Love getting you guys in here. Get your fantasy football questions in on social at AndyMC81. At SickPod Browns. That's on X, on Instagram and TikTok at AndyMC Sports. You'll see my post-game video reactions there as well. So get those fantasy football questions in. We'll hit up Ask Andy in a little bit. Also, NFL Parlay Party. Right now, the interesting thing this week, of course, with fantasy football is we've had a bunch of games played already. We've had 4 games played already, right? So we'll dive in. Who's starting, who's not. Get into all of this as we rock and roll. So, again, jump in the chat, subscribe, share the link. Now let's take a look at this 49ers and Browns game. And on the surface, it might be like, 49ers good, Browns don't have a chance. Well, here's some interesting things, all right? Last 8 visits to Cleveland, the 49ers have lost 7 times, including in 2023 when P.J. Walker was at the helm. Remember that? That was pre-Flacco. P.J. Walker and Jake Moody missed the field goal. Browns ended up getting it done and winning that game and helped them off to the playoffs. Different situation this time, right? But that AFC North, that's what makes it even more frustrating. The AFC North is so up for grabs. Oh, the Ravens lose. Aaron Rodgers is playing with 3 displaced bones or something in his left wrist. The Bengals picked up with 4-8. Like, it's prime. If your offense was average all year with this defense and Myles Garrett, you'd be in control of this division. I have no doubt. But you're not. And we're here, right? Now, another fact in Browns' favor. Jim Schwartz, Browns defensive coordinator, versus Kyle Shanahan, head-to-head in their whole careers, whether they were defensive coordinators, head coaches, whatever. Schwartz is 8-1. 8-1. Only lost 1 time head-to-head with Shanahan, and that was in their second meeting when Shanahan was with the Houston Texans, and they won like 13-12. Schwartz has got his number. The Browns in Cleveland. We're going to have our buddy, Grant Gillen, Canton Grant from Ohio, give us a weather update as the show goes on. He's got his guys on the ground in Cleveland. I was going to say Florida. I'd like to be in Florida weather. In Cleveland to talk about what this weather is today. It's going to be a slop fest. It's going to be sloppy, right? Wet, snow, wind. So this is going to be a ground and pound game. Fine with me. The Browns have to figure out with this defense how to stop, and I won't even say stop, contain and limit Christian McCaffrey's effectiveness. Because Brock Purdy's coming off of throwing a 3-interception game. And he's had, out of the 4 games he's played this year, he's had 3 with multiple interceptions. So they're going to try to run the ball. Browns MO, the couple times they popped this year, the Dolphins game and the Raiders game. What did you do? You got a lead and you let the defense eat and you force the opponent to go to the air. That's where this defense is at its best, right? That's where it's at its best. If you can do that, if you can somehow chip away, first series, get up by a touchdown, make it so that they can't just run the ball. Get up maybe 2 scores, 7-10, or 10-0, not unreasonable. You force them to have to go to the air a bit, and that's when you can make mistakes on a wet, sloppy day. I'm interested to see, I'll talk about Shedeur Sanders in a sec, but with the Myles Garrett sack track now that we're on, where he is 5 sacks away, kids. 5. 19, he is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He needs to get to 23 in 16 games to officially non-asterisk beat Michael Strahan's 2001 record. TJ Watt tied it in 17 games. Myles Garrett has a chance to do it in the next handful, right? So what do we have to have happen today? The problem is why it might not be a big sack day for Garrett. Hopefully it is. Poor footing on the field, being slippery, and Brock Purdy and that Kyle Shanahan offense, what do they do well? They get the ball out of the hand quick, right? Quick. That's why you have to really try to jam up and focus on CMC. Because what's the best way to avoid a sack? Get it out of his hand, right? Just get it out. And you do that by throwing it to Christian McCaffrey. Dink and dunk your way. That's it, right? You dink and dunk your way to it. So it's going to all be about, can you jam up McCaffrey? Can you have that internal offensive line, that inside pressure that we saw so well last week and at multiple times this season with Mason Graham, Malik Collins, punch forward so Purdy can't step up, can't go into, and Garrett can come in from the side and get him. We at least want to get like 1 or 2. Grant's in the house. Grant, how's it going, buddy? And Myles Garrett hopefully at least gets 1 today. Keep on the pace, keep going with it, right? Setting all the records. We want that to happen. Grant, all right, fill me in on the weather, my man. What do we got? Grant from Canton. It's cold. Is it? I'm hearing wind. Is it wet? Is there snow and rain? What do we look? Give me a Cleveland and Ohio weather report for game time. 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff, of course. Grant will fill us in there, giving his best weatherman report there. Grant's been great before if he's at the game, jumping in, throwing up the weather report there. What's he saying? Pop it up on the screen there, Shane, if you don't mind. The very windy and cold mixture of rain and snow. All right. Well, that lends itself to the running game. We'll go over the fantasy football start, sits, and betting options for this one as we get going. I'm going to bring up our DraftKings Sportsbook app to make sure we're ready for the parlay party. We're going to mix in fantasy and the betting stuff as we go through each game, kind of double dip on it. There we go. We'll get that ready. Also, I don't know if you've heard or not, but if you haven't, I'm going to tell you. Shedeur Sanders has a chance to make Browns history, and I mean real history. No Browns rookie quarterback has won their first 2 starts since Otto Graham in 1946, and that wasn't even technically in the NFL. No Browns rookie in the NFL has ever done it, and the only other one, Otto Graham, the guy with the statue, the guy who got the 10 every year of his career, got to the championship game, that guy. Shedeur Sanders has the chance to make that history happen. Was the first rookie to win his debut since Eric Zaire in 95. Can he win his 2nd consecutive start? This is a game, again, with the weather, you don't want your quarterback to have to do too much. That's why your special teams better be sound. Am I nervous? Yep. Right. Andre Schmidt's been real good lately, but bad footing, windy. What are we, it's coming down to the running backs. And Quinshon Judkins is a stud, but CMC is on a next level. So running game, passing when you can, but not forcing the ball. I don't care what the score is. I don't care if Shedeur throws for 75 yards and a touchdown. Don't turn the ball over. Just find a way. Defense, whatever. This is going to be a slop fest, right? Turnover battle, all that good stuff. Two very well coached teams, and the Shanahan head coach side and the defensive coordinator side for the Browns. So we're going to see what's the footing like on that field. I'm fascinated to see what that's like. What's Grant saying? Remember the last time we played San Francisco? Oh, yeah, you were at the game. Yes, you did it live on the show. That's right. I knew that. I knew it was some connection with it. So Grant said, remember, the last time we played San Francisco, I was at the game and it was windy and raining. Yes, I told you on the show, I think there would be some missed kicks, and San Francisco missed the game-winning field goal with Jake Moody. Yes, and P.J. Walker ended up getting the win. Yes, that's right. Both buddies said the rain melted all the snow this morning. Oh, okay. So wet, windy. All right, Grant, you going to predict a missed field goal for 49ers again today? Let's get a little deja vu, baby. Jump in the chat. Let's talk some fantasy football. Talk some Browns. Talk some betting. Get you ready. We're 8-4 San Francisco 49ers coming in and take on the 3-8 Browns. With crazy enough, if the impossible happened, the division is still in play for the Browns if they went out at 9-8. But let's bring in my guy, host of YWC Football Talk, host of YWC Football Talk, Griff Bordignon in the house.
It's going good. I unlike you, I get a Sunday off actually today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we play tomorrow night against the Giants.
Oh, that's right. Your Patriots. That's right. How are you guys feeling about that? Jackson Dart back? Going to wreak some havoc. I like him for fantasy. I don't think you guys should have a problem in real life.
No, I think they'll have their moments where they're going to keep it close, but ultimately I think this is a game the Patriots, even though they have some injuries we got to deal with now. Will Campbell with an MCL sprain, Jared Wilson with what's Wilson got? Wilson's a high ankle sprain. Milton Williams is still out with his ankle sprain, but ultimately no Kayvon Thibodeau for the Giants. And even though Dart with that issue with I know he's come back from a concussion, but still, yeah. I still think the Patriots do handle business, and our throwbacks too. Throwback on a Monday night.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the fantasy and betting game. We're going to mix and match some fantasy talks. So jump in the chat and get the questions, and we'll go to hashtag Ask Andy in a few minutes. And we'll build the parlay party ticket. This game in Cleveland, Grant reporting from Ohio that, Griff, the snow seems to have been melted. It's going to be a mix of rain and snow during the day, raining now, swirling winds, ugly day, similar to the game the Browns won in 2023 with the missed field goal. Fantasy-wise, are we just focusing running backs like Quinshon, CMC, and maybe George Kittle?
I would probably look at Judkins. McCaffrey, yes. But one prop I want to look at more than anything would be, what is Shedeur's running line? He's like, we kind of saw Bryce do it a little bit on Monday night. But because like Bryce Young, yeah, he threw some picks, but as long as ball security is there, that's what I think will give the Browns the best chance to beat this 49ers squad. Because remember too, playing in crummy weather and traveling from the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. I got the numbers here on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. We got for Shedeur Sanders, 5 or more yards, minus 330, 10 or more yards, minus 132, 15 or more, plus 154, and then you go up from there.
I would do 10 plus.
10 safe. I think 10 safe. Let's do a 10 safe. I'm thinking as well, we got to go the under, man. 35 and a half. Like, this is reeking of 13-10. This is just
I would say like 17-14 personally. Like
sure,
where it's going to come down to either, I believe it's Matt Gay kicking for the Niners, and then it's Schmidt kicking for you guys. So it's ultimately, I think, going to come down to one of those two.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch passing yards, touchdown, and I think too. I was saying for the Myles Garrett all-time sack record breaking watch, this would be a tough game because the Niners can dink and dunk, and what's the footing like on the field to get to the quarterback? Like if Brock Purdy, he's got to get that ball out of his hand as fast as possible. And Garrett is going up against Trent Williams, who's aging but still real good.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're going up against it's one Hall of Famer going up against a surefire Hall of Famer. That's not a knock on Myles Garrett. It's just Trent's one of those guys. Once he retires, you don't have to have the Canton discussion. We are going to go with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's still very much younger. One thing I do want to say about the record, I don't think it matters if it's in 16 or 17, because I know everyone now kind of scoffs at that, where it's like, oh, like, do you break it in 16 games or 17 games? But when the records went from, I don't know when this happened, but when it went from 14 to 16, nobody said a word. But now you add an extra game, and then everyone's saying, oh, it's not fair. It's not right. No. If Myles Garrett does it in less, it's just all the more impressive.
Extra. I don't want any doubt. I don't want any ads. I don't want any, because Griff, the Squealer fans, the rappers, like, oh, it was 17. No, I want, without a shadow of a doubt, smash it in 16, break it, and then, because then I can be like, oh, TJ did it in 12. No. And Myles wants to stick it to that whiner TJ Watt too. So I want it in 60. I don't want any doubt, Griff. I want Myles to have it, smash it, break it. And just think of this. Imagine if this Browns team had even a below average offense and got 21 to 24 points a game. Griff, they'd be leading this division. Leading the division.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Because after Thursday night now, here come those little kiddies from down south in Ohio, Kentucky, that are like, hey, like, I'll be honest with you, Thursday night, I had Bengals plus 7.5 because I was like, Ravens are going to win. Bengals can keep it close. No, I don't know what's the thing with the Ravens is this year, I don't know which Ravens squad's going to show up. That's the thing. And then with the Browns now, like Myles Garrett, it's a lock for DPOY. I don't even want to look at the odds. It's going to be like minus 2,590 million.
I got it earlier in the season. What was it? I'll check my bet. I think I got him at like plus 350, like early, and locked it in. Because right now he is like, it's like, like, don't even talk about it. It's over. Like, take it off the books. It's not.
It's like you have to basically bet your entire life savings in your mortgage to make $100. That's basically what you have to do. But with him though, like, it's not even just. I don't think to stick it to TJ Watt or anyone else. I think it's just for him to be like, yes, even though look, there was the trade talks earlier last offseason. There was him getting the $40 million, which everyone now is looking at that saying, hey, should you have taken that or should you have traded? It basically cements himself as saying, hey, the money that Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam gave me, I am worth he was already worth every single penny of that, but it's basically double downing on your bet of him as a player and the Browns as an organization, where they say, hey, the season didn't go the best, but guess what? We have the best defensive player in the league. The game against New England's a perfect example. They game planned for him specifically, that offensive line. That's what they did all week. He still had 5 sacks. He's still going to get in there. That's the thing. You can double team him. He was triple teamed last week. I saw triple teams against in Vegas. Yeah. Well, I mean, Vegas is a terrible. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you guys haven't had the best year. I know Tennessee hasn't had the best year. That's by far the worst team in the NFL. And and I love watching your videos, no matter if it's a win or a loss. And then there's the guy who does the Steve Buscemi, Billy Madison impression with the Browns. Right. When they win, he does like the lipstick with telephone like yellow. But watching that game though, like, that just shows you that, hey, like, yeah, like you said, the Browns not having the best season, but guess what? You won a game you were supposed to win, and now. I don't know what was going on before the whole Shedeur Sanders stuff, but the fact now that they're like, hey, we have a guy. I've heard Mary Kay Cabot say before Shedeur started that she would be surprised if one of the 2 first-rounders wasn't used on a quarterback. But now I'm here to say, if you have some goofy team like the Jets or another team who's QB needy, why don't you guys do the same thing as last year? Say if you have like 3rd or 4th and there's a team picking at like 7th or 8th saying, hey, we'll give you a first in 2027 to jump up a few spots.
Right. And you already have 2 first-round picks. You got Jacksonville's first this year, too.
Which will probably be mid-teens, low 20s, probably. But you know what? It was a great bet for them to make, by far. Jacksonville made the bet. Although Travis
Hunter got a great – Mason Grant's been great in the middle. He's been tremendous.
I loved him in Michigan. That school up north.
Who got beat yesterday.
That team up north. I knew that was coming. I'm like, I know we're going off subject. I just want to say that. As soon as I saw the line, I'm like – and everyone's talking about, Michigan's won so many. Ohio State last one 2,000 days ago. I'm like, oh, this is a chance for Ohio just to go in there, put the belt on. And then it's not even that, but also too, Michigan just they don't
have a quarterback. That's for sure.
They stepped in their own way. They got in their own way. They like when you overthink a game plan or you overthink in life, that's when you're going to crumble. So that's like yesterday Ohio State, and now I think they're going to go to Indy and take care of business against. I know Indiana's had a great year.
Yeah,
but Ohio State.
I want to see Mendoza under the lights, my guy. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Let's see, kid. But, this is where draft position is determined, Griff. Like these are the games we'll come back to in April and say, against Ohio State, Mendoza did X, Y, Z, you know?
He's done for the season, but 2 years ago when the college football playoff was still 4 games, I remember that classic Sugar Bowl against Texas and Washington. Michael Penix looked like a just bona fide stud.
Yes.
If they had lost that game, I still have the take he would have been a top 5 pick. Some team, I know we went 8 to Atlanta. Yeah. Some team probably jumps the Cardinals or jumps the Giants to go get Penix. Wow. I guarantee
these games matter like a lot.
Because he looked bad in the national championship. He got a little banged up. That was obviously Michigan's year. Just Michigan was a terrible
national championship game too.
Yeah, and also too, 9. I can't get over that stupid kid. But we took the right quarterback that year, and I'm beaming for it now. But no, with Cleveland though, like I said this at the draft last year, that it was a mature move for the future. But even though this year hasn't gone the way you guys had wanted it to, and I know there's been a lot of stuff with like offensive play calling and like wanting Stefanski gone. Is there still a world where you think both of them are back next year, where it's like next year is the year where you have to make some progress? Not saying get in the playoffs, but be a competitive football team? Or is it?
I'll tell you this, Griff. It depends on one man with the number 12 on his jersey. That's Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. As I knew, and I'm sure you knew, before the draft, Dylan Gabriel, at best, his ceiling was a fringe career backup. At best, better suited for the CFL. For real. Okay? I know what Dylan Gabriel is. I can find you a short quarterback that can throw 3 yards undrafted every single year, and probably 10 of them. What we don't know is the ceiling of Shedeur Sanders. That's the unknown. Dylan Gabriel, you knew, capped. Low floor, low ceiling, capped. Shedeur Sanders, ceiling, superstar. Floor, complete bust. And now we saw you held your ground against a bad Raiders team, okay? Now you're at home, friendly surroundings. However, it's your first weather game in the NFL. It's your first against a extremely well-coached team with the 49ers and Shanahan. Now, the funny thing is, too, here's a fun stat for everybody. Myles Garrett, as an individual, has 5 more sacks than the entire 49ers team. They got no teeth on the pass rush. Question is it what we've seen before with the Browns of, you start reading your own press clippings, or does Shedeur take the next step? Ultimately, if you win, and Shedeur is part of the reason why, doesn't have to go hero mode, but part of the reason why, Griff, that is how you avoid having to take a quarterback in the first round. You say, you know what? Let's fill out our extreme offensive line limitations. Let's fill out our wide receiver needs and elsewhere and see if Shedeur's promises develops. And if he doesn't, then you take the quarterback next year. But if he's like, if he regrets or it's like, and you're at the end of the year and you're like, I don't know, then you still got to go QB.
So I can look at your schedule right now, and like obviously you have the Niners today, the Titans, but then obviously you have a little bit of a tough one with the Bears and the Bills, but then you finish with the Steelers and at the Bengals. If they can go in that 6-game stretch, if they can go, say they're 3-8 right now, you win 2 to 3 of those games. The Titans game you should win, which the Titans, Cam Ward is a superstar quarterback. He's got nothing.
Got nothing there.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, very boring year for him.
You flirt around, you maybe beat the Steelers, maybe you go to Cincinnati week 18 in that game that you could potentially kill their season. Because remember last time you guys with them fully healthy, what'd you do? You almost.
Yep.
So you basically beat the Titans, you beat the Bengals, and then you win one of those, let's just say Niners or Steelers games. I'm going to leave the Bears and the Bills out of it just because the Bears look like they won my trust. They won my trust Friday. I thought they were going to get the belt.
Eagles better smarten up. Tell you that. Real quick.
Better. And then Buffalo, look, I'm just hoping for their downfall. They posted one of the most embarrassing graphics of who to root for, and it was the Giants, the Raiders, and the Titans. I'm like,
oh boy. Really?
What are we doing here? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Worry about not losing to the Falcons and the Panthers. How about that, Buffalo? How about that?
And Miami.
Oh, and Miami. Ew. Ugly losses this year.
Yeah.
Weird year. You guys are going to win the damn division, and then who knows? You got home field advantage, you're off and going, man.
So many members of the Bills Mafia are saying to us, like, I can't wait for this team to crash and burn in the playoffs. They're fraudulent. We're playing with house money right now.
Yes.
They go out and lose in the same thing. Because here's the thing. They're not in the playoffs. I don't want 15 coming to play. I don't want if we win the division, I don't want the Chiefs getting the 7th seed and coming in. I do not want that because I know they've looked bad,
but
he knows how to turn it on.
Flip the switch.
He'll know how to turn it on.
They just got to get in. But the Chiefs are nowhere near anything guaranteed a playoff spot right now, which is shocking. And
they lose that Charger game in a couple weeks. That's their season. Because then
I'll tell you this: Man, I'm totally with you. That's the season there, and that is a shocking development. Let's get some fantasy football talk in here. Shane, if you can pop up some Ask Andy, let's go.
Oh, I got some questions for you too.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's pull up from, I believe we got one in X, Twitter. We got at Life on Wax 79, Justin Jefferson or Tet McMillan this week. Hashtag Ask Andy. Griff, what an awful football world we live in, where because of the garbage of J.J. McCarthy that I've said on your show, my show, and other shows, who is Mac Jones with better hair, has imploded as I expected. Typical former Michigan Wolverine.
He's not playing today.
I know. You got who's the guy? But Brosmer?
It's Max Brosmer, who they have spoken very highly about.
Yeah, great.
For that reason, and because of who Tet's playing, he's playing against probably, I would say, one of the best 3 defenses in the NFL in the Rams.
Yeah,
I'd still go Jay Jefferson because I believe who are the Vikings even playing today?
I just had that up. Let's see. The Vikings are playing.
Oh, they're playing Seattle though.
Yeah, nice D there, and it's in Seattle. Right?
It's in
but
Seattle.
The Panthers have the Rams. It's at home. Panthers are weird. They're a feisty group. Much feistier than I thought. You know
the meme where it's like you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about?
Yeah.
The you is the Panthers, and the guy you're not supposed to worry about is the Rams. I think the Panthers are setting themselves up for the future beautifully. Like, I think next year, if you guys have a season kind of like they're having, where you're 6-6, you're winning some games you shouldn't win. Like, hell, they went into Lambeau Field and got to win. Dave Canales, great head coach.
Wow.
But for this game here, Matt Stafford's winning the MVP. The Rams look unstoppable.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna go Jefferson against that Vikings defense because I want to Google it. Let's just see. Justin Jefferson versus Seahawks. Justin Jefferson in 3 games against the Seahawks has 22 catches for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns.
But an unknown. And you're right. Look,
one of those last year at Seattle.
Coach team.
Last year at Seattle, though, 10 receptions, 144 yards, 2 house calls.
Boy,
go Jeff. Even with the Brosmer question marks at quarterback, go Jefferson. Just go Jefferson. Tet McMillan is awesome. Go Jefferson.
Yeah. And I will say I will go the other way. I think I'm going to play it safer and say higher floor for Tet McMillan in this game, but certainly not the boom. So I'll say McMillan. Griff says Jefferson. Take your pick. But we will say for the parlay party, which we're kicking up here, Rams money line, no doubt.
I'd probably go Rams. I'd go 10.
10. Would you go 10? Man.
Oh, but here's the thing,
they're feisty enough to be squirrely.
Here's the thing, though. The game, I just remember the game's in Charlotte, and the Panthers are a much better team at home.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking like maybe just money line.
I would just lay Panthers plus 10. I'd play Panthers on the points.
I'm seeing live now just change to 10.5, by the way.
So it's going from 10 to 10.5. That means a lot of money's probably coming in on the Rams.
Yep. Interesting.
The sports books had a great day on Thursday with
sure did.
3 of the underdogs covering and winning outright. Oh no, Packers were a slight favorite. Packers were -2.5, but the Dallas Cowboys were with Dallas, Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Chicago. No, here's the thing. From a betting perspective, with those 3 games, Dallas, Cincy, and Chicago, the dogs went outright won and covered. Books won clean with those ones. A lot of money was coming in on Philly. So
yep,
I'm going to lay the points with the Panthers. Give me the kitties to lay the points.
Griff says the kitty cats, the little Panthers. Some fantasy football updates for you. Darren Waller, Miami Dolphins tight end, who actually was popping fantasy-wise before his pectoral injury, is back today. He is activated. I wouldn't rush out to play him, but just saying. Some other updates. Bucky Irving is going to play today. Shoulder and ankle injuries. Yep, he is going to play, Griff. And also, my guy Baker Mayfield, and this is what spooks me a little bit, left shoulder injury for Baker Mayfield. Now, Browns fans are going to remember this real well, as I do, because it haunts my soul, Griff, okay? Because the last time he had a left shoulder injury was in 2021, and I can still imagine that game in my brain because that was the beginning of the end of Baker's time in Cleveland. Left shoulder, tried to play through it because he's gutsy, he's got moxie, harness, all that stuff, and it just went south. He had surgery on it. same left shoulder, trying to do the same thing again. I'm a little spooked. Now you might not have any better options, but I would be fading Baker and the passing game for the Bucs today based on that shoulder and what I've seen Baker have to overcome with that in the past. The running game's weird though, man, because you got Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker, Rachaad White. Like, I don't know what the usage is going to be. I'm going to play Bucky. I got him. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to play Bucky, but I don't like it.
I got one for you. For the quarterbacking situation for the league you and I are in, my podcast league.
Oh, yes.
I picked up Sanders on the waiver wire. Do I go Sanders or do I go Bryce Young?
I go Bryce Young. The weather is too it's too unpredictable today. I think it's going to be a heavy run day. I know the Rams defense we just talked about, but I just think weather-wise and opportunity-wise, like at least Bryce Young can throw it up and hope the giant Ted McMillan goes and jumps for it. The Browns have Jerry Jeudy, who tried to hop step and get the ball punched out of his arm. All right. I just don't see a lot of fantasy opportunity today for Shedeur Sanders. So I would say Bryce Young is the better play. And you know I'm not a Bryce Young fan, so that takes some doing for me to say. But I think he is the better play for that one. Some other injury things to follow here. Oh, Bam Knight. Bam is back. Now, you have DeMarcado, and I forget the other guy, are both out. So it's
Connor.
Bam Knight, Connor.
Connor's been out for the season for a while.
Yes. There was another guy, DeMarcado. There was a guy behind him. In any case, they're out for this game.
Yeah.
But Bam Knight is playing. Michael Carter behind him. Bam looks to be, he should get full go, but keep in mind, Michael Carter is sort of lurking. Marvin Harrison Jr. from an appendectomy back for the Cardinals. I'm still not afraid of popping in a little Michael Wilson and Jacoby Brissett because that combo's been dynamite, man. So shockingly, fantasy-wise.
Well, the other question I was going to have for you is for my one flex. I was going to go, do I go Bucky Irving or do I go Marvin Harrison Jr.? But I think because of the injury, I'm going to go Bucky. But also for my parlay that I post every week, I took the Buccaneers on the money line for this one.
Oh, let's pop it up. Okay.
It's minus 190. It's not the greatest odds, but here's the thing. Tampa needs this game. They looked bad against the Patriots and lost. They looked bad at Buffalo. And then last week, am I allowed to can I say one word on here with 3 letters?
Sure.
They got their asses kicked by the Rams last Sunday
that's
night.
Okay.
This game screams get right game for the Bucs, and the Cardinals are a tough team, but I don't trust them Buccaneers to cover the spread. So I think the Buccaneers win the game outright.
I'll go with you.
You got the kitty cats lurking. You got Atlanta won last week too, and they're not totally out of it yet. They are 4-8, but that division is just goofy to where 8 and 9 could win the division. But this is a game the Buccaneers need to have. They've
been sliding a bit. The Baker shoulder spooks me. I'm going to ride with you on the money line for the Bucs. Just to take a look. Let's see. Baker, we talked about. I think that's. Oh, Chris Olave had back spasms. Is expected to play. Looks like he's okay. Aaron Rodgers is going to play for Pittsburgh with 3 displaced bones in his wrist.
You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me.
Oh, boy. What?
That game screams classic Mike Tomlin win. They look
Buffalo.
It screams it. Like,
Buffalo scares me, man.
He wins. Mike Tomlin wins the games he's supposed to lose, and he loses the games he's supposed to win. Last week, he was supposed to go into Chicago, take care of business. This week, you've got a reeling Buffalo team. They have a banged up offensive line. Deion Dawkins is a no-go. Spencer Brown's a no-go. Josh has got if that Pittsburgh defense can make Josh Allen's life hell, there's a very good chance that the Steelers just have to do the bare necessities and not play bad football to win that game.
What are we thinking of the over-under? And I just want to see the weather in Pittsburgh because it's not that far from Cleveland, so I assume it would be unpleasant.
No, but I want to show you a photograph off my phone because that is my front door this morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, it's nasty here.
I live in the snow belt in Ontario. I don't know what it's like where you are.
It's there's flurries out here. It's not great. I would assume the weather because Pittsburgh is it's not far from Cleveland, so I'd assume it's not great. What are we thinking? Over under 45.5 points. I'm kind of feeling a little under there. I don't know.
So their weather's not terrible. It's 6 degrees and cloudy, so it's kind of like one of those fall days, but it doesn't seem like there's any rain, any snow, or anything. In Pittsburgh.
That's what. It's weird because in Cleveland it's showing cloudy and 36, but it will be wet. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think of the points for that? I'm kind of feeling a little under. Or do you want to go just like a straight up winner?
I would go Pittsburgh +4. No.
Wow.
Pittsburgh +4 is I'm going to try to stop my words. Is my female dog bet, if you know the correct term for that. Give me the big boy black and yellow Steelers money line.
Oh boy, jeez. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Falcons Jets. Gross
Falcons
game.
-2.5. Just move past it. Falcons cover the spread.
I got -3 here.
Oh, I got mine, but when I put it on my book, I did -2.5. I would still take the 3. I think anything higher than that, you're playing a little risky, but the Jets they're the Jets. Nothing moves the needle, you know.
No, it's at what's the weather in that one? 46 and rainy.
You want to take an under?
Ooh, 38.5. I think the under. That's a nice one, right? Yeah. Let's go under. Okay, we're playing weather people. Saints Dolphins. Fantasy wise, Chris Olave light it up. If you're in desperation, as I am in one league, I have to stop myself from vomiting. Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck has popped a little bit. Dolphins are, I don't know what they're doing. They're kind of they're trying to hold on and they're not. And you get there and I think there's a chance that Tyler Shuck can go in. It's nice weather. You can fantasy wise have a go. Chris Olave. Also, Alvin Kamara out. Get yourself, as I told you on Tuesday's show, little Devin Neal. Little Devin Griff, he was so under the radar that he didn't even have a photograph on Yahoo. It was literally a gray silhouette for Devin Neal. 1% ownership going into Tuesday. He's much higher than that now.
So if I had to make an actual pick for this game, and I say this, if you actually put money on this game, call the hotline. Dolphins, because here's what the Dolphins are going to do down the stretch. Ooh. They're going to win enough games to keep McDaniel's job and run it back for next year. And then they're going to be bad next year, and then they'll probably fire him midseason. That's probably what's going to happen.
Bring Tua back, and then they're just kicking it down the road.
Well, because if you look at their schedule, like they don't play a lot of they have to play us still. But then if you look at their schedule for the rest of the year, they play the Saints, the Jets, and then they go at the Steelers, which is Monday Night Football for some godforsaken reason.
Ooh,
versus the Bengals, which is Sunday Night Football for some reason.
Okay,
and then you play the Buccaneers and the Patriots, which you're basically, after the Saints and the Jets games, you're playing 4 teams who are either fighting for playoff seeding or fighting for their playoff lives.
So probably get 6 wins.
Yeah. So right now they're 4-7. Yeah. I think they finish 6-11 or 7-10.
Yeah. That seems about right.
They'll win today. They'll beat the Jets. And then I can see them flirting with beating probably the Bengals and then losing to the Steelers because, them in cold weather. And then week 18, we may get to send Mike McDaniel off to Valhalla. So we'll see what happens there.
That's right. All right. Oh, Jags Titans division game again. Oh, I don't like this. Jags are 5.5 point favorites. I don't know. I know
the point spread's been dropping though, to where I would almost just take the Jags to cover it.
Yeah, I just hate this game. I think the Jags -275. If we're building the parlay party ticket here, do we just want to take the Jags outright?
Yeah,
on the road.
Just if you're doing if you're doing the massive 13 leg parlay, just do the Jags to win.
Etienne to play. Etienne. Now, what is Brian Thomas's condition? Because I got Jacoby Myers in one league going. I like Parker Washington, who has been very quietly efficient in fantasy football. But where is Brian Thomas Jr.? I'm trying to find what team I have him on.
You know who's better to have though than Brian Thomas Jr.?
Jacoby?
No, Parker Washington.
Yeah, that's the guy I just said. I love Parker.
Yeah. I picked him up on the waiver wire for the game against Houston, and he popped off.
I've been talking about Parker for over a month, Griff. Very quietly efficient. Yeah. Very quietly consistent.
But then also, too, you have a DK for Tennessee as well.
Yes. That might be the fantasy play. Other than that, Pollard is just 9 points. He's nasty. We said Saints Dolphins. Don't like that. Texans Colts. Daniel Jones, for fantasy football purposes, the fibula, apparently not going to be an issue, but was a concern earlier in the week. They're in a weird spot. They're 3-point favorites. The Texans, while very uninteresting this year, Griff, very bland.
That defense is something else, though.
That's what I'm telling you. And I'm wondering.
Will Anderson is the new age Myles Garrett.
He's good. He can thank the Browns for their plethora of draft picks for Deshaun Watson. You're welcome, jerks. Gosh. But over under 44.5. Texans money line +138. I'm kind of feeling the Texans here. What do we got? What's that? 0?
For my part, so my parlay for this week is Tampa money line, Atlanta 2.5,
Okay.
I took the over in this game. It's
over.
44. It's 44.5.
Okay.
I think
like
CJ. I think Stroud's going to play in this one.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
I know the defense is good for Houston. James Cook popped off for a long run last week. You know who was really quiet last week for the Colts?
Who?
Mr. Jonathan Taylor, who's been awesome this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time these two teams played, it was 23-20. So that's 43 points. You're really not telling me they can't score 2 more points than that? Each team needs to get
over.
Yeah. I could easily see this game being like, a 27-24 or like a 26-23, kind of like what last week's game was against Kansas City. But there's also World 2 where I think this Colts defense makes CJ Stroud very uncomfortable because you can say what you want about the Will Anderson pick, but the CJ Stroud's like, I still have a lot of question marks about him on if he's the guy in Houston. Because like Davis Mills has been fine as a backup.
He's been fine. I think CJ Stroud's still going to be okay. It's just been a weird offense, some inconsistencies. We're going to know a lot more next year.
He's kind of like Brock Purdy in a way.
A little bit.
Like when he's good, but when he's bad, it's like it does not look good. Like Brock Purdy Monday night was not pretty at all.
And let's hope Brock Purdy is not pretty and throw some more picks today in Cleveland. Minnesota, Seattle, in Seahawk country. Seahawks 11.5-point favorites. We already talked about the Brosmer starting for the Vikings. The 11.5 might be a bit rich. The Vikings defense is still game.
Dallas Turner.
I don't like the double digits though.
I don't either. I think this is a game where Max Brosmer is going to kind of show and because here's what the Vikings have to do for next year. They have to get a quarterback competition in that room. They need to bring in someone who can challenge JJ, not just be there to be a complimentary piece for JJ.
Yes. See if he's the guy, which I don't think he is.
Josh McCown, who's, I know he was a career journeyman. I believe he was a Browns legend at one point.
He was one point. Helicoptered into the end zone and got a concussion. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Those guys know quarterbacking. It's kind of like when Dan Orlovsky's name comes up in head coaching searches. I'm like, these guys know the game. And Josh McCown has spoken very highly of Brosmer to where you dink and dunk. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be nice. But here's the thing I worry about with the Vikings. How do you guard number 11 on Seattle? Because that man is a true number 1 wide receiver in Njigba. That guy is awesome.
What a nice job they've done. It's a shame you couldn't keep DK with him again but they got I think a 2nd round pick and you sort of go from there. Seattle's looking good.
Cooper Kupp's maybe just fine.
Maybe just Seattle like straight up. It's a minus 950, but we're building a big ticket.
If we're building a big ticket, I would just do Seattle.
Okay,
like that.
We'll just do it. Bills, Steelers. You have said the Steelers. I'm going to keep it off the ticket. I don't like it, Griff. I know what you're saying. You can pop it on if you want. Raiders, Chargers, Barfaroni. But the Chargers have been shockingly bad in a division game. You put up, what did they put up last? Was it 6 points?
Yeah, well, they got belted by that's the thing too.
Thanks.
They've gotten in recent memory. They got killed by Jacksonville, but before that though, They beat the Steelers, who the Steelers are Jekyll and Hyde. The Titans gave them fits, but then they dominated the Vikings. But the last time these two teams got together in week 2, it was a 20-9 outright win for the Chargers. So for this game here, I have a bet that I do like for player prop.
Okay.
Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Okay. He needs it.
But as for the thing, and also here's the thing I look at this game. This is just give me the Chargers on the points. Give me the Chargers on the points.
They're just the Raiders. They can't do anything.
No, they are terrible. Here's the other thing too. They fired Chip Kelly last week.
Yes, and apparently the most expensive offensive coordinator in the NFL. What a nice, fully guaranteed money. After having a terrific run in Ohio State, back to the NFL and just I don't know how much you blame Chip Kelly when your offensive line is that bad, but. Whatever it is, didn't work. He's going to be a nice, fat, happy cat with that money. I wonder where he goes next because
college.
He kind of got, I think, back to college, right?
He got
to geniused again. Go back to school. So let's take the Chargers. Either the points are outright. A couple more. Broncos, Commanders.
I'm going to say one more thing about. I want to say one more thing about that. The Raiders. What Chip Kelly did to Ashton Genty makes what Arthur Smith did to Bijan Robinson look like light punishment. I'm just going to point that out right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, again. The offensive line is so bad. People are in his face as soon as he touches the ball. And still, fantasy-wise, he's been respectable. This isn't on Genty. Like, I would still play Genty. Maybe there's some sort of boost. I don't know.
No, but every year we do this with fantasy football, though, where 2023 it was Bijan. 2024 it was Marvin Harrison Jr. 2025 it's Ashton Genty, where everyone thinks that these people, because the thing I'm not a draft expert, I'm not a draft guru, but I watch enough college football to where I know like what the players are capable of, to where I feel like these people come in right away and they expect them to be all pro level awesome and look good, to where last year people were calling Marvin Harrison Jr. a bust.
Yeah, no, ridiculous.
To with Ashton Genty now, I'm like, no, you got to get the right situation. Like right now we're seeing with Bijan Robinson, he is a franchise number 1 running back, probably 100%. A top 3 running back in the league, for God's sake, probably up there with Jahmyr Gibbs right now and Jonathan Taylor. We can't keep putting these crazy expectations on these kids to perform, because if they go to a bad team, it's not on them, it's on the organization that drafted them.
Yeah, especially running backs out. But by the way, Marion Hampton, his window has been open to return at some point, maybe in time for the fantasy playoffs. Who knows? Broncos Commanders. Marcus Mariota. I was in 1-2 QB league. Griff, I got my only option was Marcus. I don't like it. I don't love it. Terry McLaurin back, which is nice, but that Broncos defense and that whole Broncos team's the real deal, baby.
Yeah, but this game being Sunday Night Football should not be it either.
Oh no.
No, I don't know why this is the prime. I don't know why NBC looked at this game and said, we want this on prime time. Where it's like,
maybe at first, because it would have been Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, same rookie year, maybe. But like Broncos 6.5-point road favorites, -108, -320 Broncos outright, over under 43.5. I don't know. I think maybe I think Broncos are winning that game.
Broncos win an ugly. They win an ugly game. Like it just, I don't know what the weather in DC is like, but this just screams ugly, boring. Like we haven't had really any good, like how many good primetime games have we had in recent memory?
Oh, not many. Well, like if we take out the Thanksgiving slate, because some of those were okay, but overall,
Thanksgiving was awesome until the Ravens forgot how to play football.
Oof. Yeah, absolutely. And let's finish off with Monday night. Your Patriots taking on the New York Football Giants. Patriots only 7.5-point favorites at home. Like that kind of piques my interest. I think the Patriots can win that by more than a touchdown. Don't you?
I do. This is a real chance. So here's the thing with us all year with New England. People have been waiting for that. We've been getting that same kind of smack as the Bears have been getting, where it's like, when are they going to lose? They're not for real. They're not this, the schedule, the schedule, that, where look, you don't get to pick the schedule you play. It's just the luck of the draw. It's not our fault that we played Dylan Gabriel. Sorry.
Yes.
It's not our fault. Actually, it's our fault. We had to play Cam Ward because we were terrible last year. But like playing the NFC, it's like, oh, you got to play the NFC South. It's like we were always going to.
Okay. Yeah, that schedule is laid out for years.
Yeah. The AFC North, we get to play. Like we beat last week. Here's the reason why I think we do win this game. The number kind of scares me, but every time I say that, we always put the belt on the team. Is the fact that this team knows and they find ways to win football games. If you go back and look at last week against Cincinnati, they basically, like Mitchell Tinsley and Joe Flacco had a nice connection there and gave the Patriots everything they could handle. But at the end of the day, it was just, wasn't enough. Patriots found a way to win. They find ways to win, and they find that they'll probably lose a football game eventually. I don't think they're going to go 15-2. I think they'll probably go 13-4 or 14-3, which sounds crazy to think considering last year we won 4 games, and the year before that we won 4 games. Right. But ultimately with this game, this is the real chance for Drake to once again, this is our third primetime game of the year, which weirdly 2 of them are out of our 3 primetime games. One, we have the Bills, the Jets, and the Giants. Why are those our primetime games? I have no idea. But at the end of the day, I do think the Patriots find a way to get it done, and we move to 11-2. And next Sunday, so this Sunday, I get to enjoy because of that. And next Sunday, we're on the bye week, so I get to enjoy it because of that.
Oh, late bye. That's probably the last week for buys.
Yeah, so it's weird next week. So it's us and the Giants have a bye week, and then the Panthers and the 49ers have a bye as well. So that's the thing where I kind of I like to flirt with your Cleveland Browns this week, because Niners on a short week, traveling cross country, going into their bye week.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe looking ahead, whatever. Nice. Yeah, I don't mind it. And for fantasy wise, running backs, it has perplexed me all year for your Patriots. If you like a Stevenson or Henderson, one or the other, what do you think for fantasy?
If he's coming back and healthy, which I assume he is, go Kayshon Boutte.
Little booty.
We like to say I like to say booty call. I like to say because of that, asses out too. Whenever because like Drake May will just find him for a dot in the end zone. He had a hamstring injury he's been dealing with. But the other one who had a great game last week, he may not put up as good numbers this week, but he can find a way. Hunter Henry's been a gem for fantasy football this year.
Ooh, quietly too.
Yes.
We don't think of it. Yeah, I'm with you. And I think Jackson Dart, just for fantasy, using his legs, he'll be back. He's pretty fearless young guy. I think he's a nice play. Put him in.
I would take Tyrone Tracy as well, just because. And this is the thing I hate about the injuries is I was really looking forward to the Malik Neighbors and Gonzalez matchup, because I think that's a future great matchup right there, those two. But look, the Giants are like the most unlucky team in the NFL, where it's like, hey, they finally look good. Oh, their best receiver snaps his ACL.
Yeah, gone.
They have a psychopath who I loved at Arizona State at running back. Oh, his ankle bone lodged through the skin. The bone went through the skin. That's why that's why he had surgery, by the way, because you have to close that, otherwise infection could happen. But he was I don't know if he's with the Giants right now, but last I saw, he was at Arizona State on his little and I don't ever want to ride this, but I do want to ride it. When someone has like a leg injury, they ride the scooter where like their leg is up, like the one leg's up, and it's like that. So I never want to do it, because I don't ever want to be in that position where I break a bone like that. But the thing looks so fun to ride. Yeah,
except for the immense pain you'd be in to get to that situation. But
it's like I'll enjoy it from afar. I'll enjoy the videos and when I'm in the Argos dress, when I'm with the Argos, sometimes some of their players are on it when they get hurt like that. But no, I think the Giants, the future is bright. You just have to find the right. You have to find the right conductor to play get the
synergy with the QB.
No, I was going to try to make a music metaphor where you have to find the right coach who's going to make great music with his players. It's like how a conductor leads a great orchestra. That's what you have to do if you're the New York Giants. And also, here's the other thing too. Giants haven't won a road game all year. That's not starting tomorrow night.
No, it absolutely is not. So we got a nice little ticket there, folks. You got that. Any other fantasy football questions, pop it in on X at AndyMCD1 at SickPod Browns. Post-game reaction there. And on Instagram and on TikTok at AndyMC Sports. And Griff, you got great videos. You got great content. Where can people find you?
Oh, yes, sir. So Griff Sports Talk, just because I like to keep talking the name there on TikTok.
Yep.
Mr. Griff B on Twitter and on Instagram. And as well, if you like delving into Canadian football, I cover the Toronto Argonauts for a wonderful site called 3 Down Nation, which is now owned by Harvard Media. But it's a media outlet from out west. They're
from Saskatchewan.
They are.
I used to do hits on they used to pay me for the hits in Saskatchewan.
620 KMG or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, or CKRM or
CKRM, that's it.
Yeah. And then they kind of switch things up. But anyway, great people out there. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, so that's all where you can find me. I'll probably today, I'll be honest with you, I like to do different food every Sunday for football, and I actually have a rack of ribs in the oven right now that I cooked and marinated beforehand. I don't buy the frozen stuff. I bought them fresh.
Well done, sir. Wow.
So yes, I'll have to send you a photo of them once they're done.
I was going to say, can you share that info? That looks pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Holy, looking pretty sweet. All right, buddy. We appreciate you. Look at that. You got the Pats jersey on. Follow them on social. We'll see how our ticket does. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Absolutely. Sounds good, Andy. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. There he goes. Griff Bordignon, host of WC Football, talking on the socials. Grant in the chat saying, we're giving the Browns 2 TV. What do you think, Grant? Well, what's the score prediction today? That Michigan QB is generational. Yeah, we're talking about the Buckeyes. JJ McCarthy, I told you he stunk before he came out, and I'm being proven right. This guy, who's their guy now? Underwood? If you want to see a quarterback that is not sniffing any level of pro football, watch that game. And then Grant saying, can't really trade back when you need a top-tier wide receiver like Tater, the best of all. Yeah, depends where the Browns end up. Really, best case, Shedeur Sanders goes the rest of the year, and we're like, man, that could be the guy, and he's shown enough to be the guy. Then, hooray! Get the OL, get the wide receiver back for because, guys, we're going to need at least 3 new offensive linemen, at least. Oh, and don't forget, you have no money in free agency because you're going to be hit with an $80+ million cap charge for Deshaun Watson. So that fund is still riding around there. So perfect world. Shedeur the rest of the year, we're like, man, I think he might be the guy. Great. Sign me up. We got the fun. We got the personality. I've been what they've been waiting for. I love it. But if he's not the guy, or there's still questions, then you got to go try to get that QB. And for me, it is nobody other than named Fernando Mendoza. But if Shedeur can do it, and then you see what he does in a full year, and then you'd still potentially have a high pick, but you rebuild around it. Best case scenario. We just don't know if that is going to be the case, right? Because if you can get yourself a little Carnell Tate from the Buckeyes, that guy's legit. Oh my gosh, he's so good. He's so good. You know what else is good, guys? DraftKings Sportsbook. That's right. Week 13 continues. Every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down, touchdown fireworks. It's anytime TD rushes. It's live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That's code 6sports to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
All right, kids, that'll do it. Let's see if the Browns can hold off them 49ers in some wet, bad weather. We got the NFL parlay ticket, man. We got the parlay party cooking. We're finishing plus 5,605. $5 wager wins us $284.24. Not too shabby. Let's see what we can do there. Make sure you use code 6sports on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And let's see if Shedeur, in whatever fashion, we can pull off an upset and keep the faint hope alive of this season. I'm excited. I'm excited for today. We'll see what happens. 1 o'clock kickoff. Big thanks to Griff Bordignon, to producer Shane, and to all of you. We'll see you on Tuesday, and I'll be back for my post-game reaction video. Follow on all socials for that. Until then, go Browns!
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.